Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. So, there is some leaked information for Act 5, Part 2, 5.2 on the Reddit forums. Now, this is a Act 5 beta build, as we can see from this picture here. Here are our bosses: Psylocke, Hood, Joe Fixit, Storm, Netflix Daredevil, and Dormammu. Now there is other stuff as well. Here is a huge list. You guys can find this. I'll put the link to the description. I'll put the link in the description down below to where you can find this. But so, announcing Story Quest Act 5 Chapter 2. The fighting has just begun. I'll slowly make my way through. If you guys want to read this stuff, you can go ahead and read it. We're going to get into the more important stuff here in just a second, though. Launching June 15th. So keep that date in mind. June 15th is whenever Chapter 2 is supposed to launch for Act 5. The initial run of this quest will run for 3 months, from June 15th to September 10th. At that point, the factions will reset, and you can pick another side if you wish. Rewards do not refresh. So this seems like they're going to tie this into an event similar to the Civil War. Probably going to be picking between Grandmaster and Collector. How hard is Chapter 2? We like to think this is the most challenging story quest content we have ever created. If you cannot complete it in the first time this quest is available, don't fret. When the quest relaunches in September, it will be at an easier level of difficulty, so that's a little bit neat. Did you add new buffs? Yes, we have new buffs. Power Shield, 400% damage. So this is kind of special attacks deal 400% damage. The attacker's basic attacks deal no damage, but still generate power. Buffet. Whenever the attacker triggers a buff, the defender nullifies it and regenerates 5% of their overall health over 5 seconds. That sucks. You're definitely going to have to use like characters that have no buffs whatsoever against these nodes. That's a ton, especially if like you're going up with someone with a Fury. Masochism. Whenever the attacker puts a debuff on the defender removes it and regenerates 5% of their max health over 5 seconds. Bane. The defender begins with a curse that deals 2.5% of their max health as direct damage per second. Whenever a champion with a curse hits an opponent, the curse is transferred. The curse switches champions after 10 seconds if no contact is made. So that kind of sounds a little bit like the node that we had in the last chapter of Act 5, Chapter 1. I can't remember what it was called, but it sounds similar, but you can also transfer it sounds like, so that's kind of cool. Role reversal. Class relationship bonuses are reversed. Okay, that's kind of neat. Shatter. Every time a buff expires on a champion, they take 2.5% of their health as direct damage. So really, this is going to be one of those, you're going to have to find champions that don't have buffs. Scarlet Witch is definitely out of the question for this one. So what are we getting from this act? So this is really cool, what I think. Here's completion and exploration. But in total, you get a 75% of a 5-star crystal, which is really cool. 4 Tier 4 generic catalysts. 3 Tier 4 class catalyst crystals. Now this is, you know, obviously for those two combined, but a Tier 2 alpha and 20% of a Tier 2 alpha. 15 greater Ascendant crystals. You get 3 1/4 4-star crystals, because you get 2 full ones from exploration. Completion, you get 1 1/4. So that's pretty awesome. People were complaining that you only got 1 4-star out of the last one. Well, this one you're getting 3 1/4 of another. 20 5-star signature stone crystals. 30 Grandmaster Shard Crystals, which I have no idea what those are, so we'll have to wait to find out about them. We do have a picture of what they look like, but that's really about it. 450 units, and 1 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal, which is really super cool. So, lots of really cool stuff. And then there's more stuff down this way too, so that's kind of neat. What are you getting from doing this act? Okay, so this is for the initial first 3 months. This one is. The rewards after its initial 3 months run have yet to be decided, but we will be diminishing version of these rewards. So we went over all of this stuff before, but we didn't see the 750 units here. We also didn't see the 5 greater Grandmaster Shard Crystals from this one. Grandmaster's Avatar, rare title only available to Grandmaster side players. And Collector's Avatar, rare title only available to Collector side players. So, Grandmaster side, Collector side. Grandmaster's Fragments. Yes, it is my personal pleasure to introduce Grandmaster Fragments. Fragments are fragmented parts of the isosphere. They have the ability to raise and lower stats on a champion for a limited amount of time. These shards do not affect base prestige and can be exchanged from champion to champion. Once a champion is locked inside a quest, the shards cannot be added on the champion or removed from a champion. This includes all alliance type events such as AQ and AW. There are scaling rarities of these fragments, and there are 3 versions of them. Star specific. These shards can only be used on champions with a specific star rating. The effects of these shards are lowered by 50% for each star rating in between the opponent. Okay. So 1 through 5 star specific shards. Class specific shards, which, you know, is obvious. I'll let you guys read. I'm not going to read this stuff. I'm going to let you guys read it. It's pretty self-explanatory. You get a buff and generic shards, which will mean just about anybody, right? These shards can be equipped to any champion. Yep. They offer much more minimal effects, such as increasing block proficiency by 5%. So, like, again, what do you mean by those titles? Are we able to pick a side? Yes, every summoner will have the ability to choose a side for upcoming act. Grandmaster's side gets 20% ability accuracy and 10% block proficiency, and Grandmaster's Blessing. For each fight within Act 5, apply a constant stream of debuffs onto your opponent. Each debuff lasts 5 seconds and can be any debuff in the game, from degeneration to weakness. Their potency can be influenced by class relationship. And the Collector's side, 10% attack and 10% regen. I like the regen aspect of that. I think Collector's probably going to have a pretty decent amount of people on his side just for that. Because all we get here is ability accuracy and block proficiency. This is 10% attack and 10% regen. For each fight within Act 5, apply a constant stream of buffs on yourself. See, now that's where it's going to get tricky, though. I guess the 10% regen just kind of negates the fact that you're getting buffs. Each buff lasts 5 seconds and can be any buff in the game. From regeneration to strength, their potency can be influenced by class relationship. That kind of sucks, though, because it's really a buff negative kind of area. Elder's Arena, that's not all. On top of that, the Elder's Arena will be running for the next 3 months. It's Grandmaster versus Collector as you've never seen it before. Each arena will last only 1 week, but it is an added twist. On top of normal rank rewards, the combined total score of the different sides will be compared to see who has the highest score. And the team with the highest score will be given extra rewards regardless of whether they placed or not. You'll be able to use all your champions, so the competition will be fierce. Let's get in. Okay. Milestones. 20,000 points, 5 times units, 1 lesser. 10 units, 1 lesser. 15 units, 1 lesser. So it's basically like a normal arena. 500 points, you get 30 units. Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst, that's kind of crappy for 500,000 points. A Tier 1 Alpha? Okay. 3 Premium Hero Crystals, 50 units. Okay. 1.5, 75 units. That's not too shabby there. Okay. Still have to put up 1.5 million though, which isn't too bad considering I guess all the champions that you have at your disposal are going to be able to be used. So it shouldn't take too long. You get a full tier 4 basic for 2.5. 10 4-star generic crystals, or generic signature stones for 3.5. Damn, these are some big milestones. 5 million, 1 4-star awakening gem crystal, 200 units. 7 point, how far did this guy? It goes to 10 million. Okay, 500 5-star crystal shards, 200 4-star crystal shards for 7.5, and 10 million, 1 tier 4 class catalyst crystal, and 5 5-star generic signature stones, plus the Elder's Fighter rare title. That's a lot of points to put up though, 10 million. But there's people that are going to do it. Individual ranks. Obviously, you get the Warlord title for rank 1. 1 tier 2 alpha, which is really cool. 3 tier 4 class catalyst crystals. 3,000 5-star crystal, 5-star crystal shards. Yeah. 10 5-star generic crystal signature stones. 1 4-star generic awakening gem, and 10 Greater Grandmaster Shard Crystals. That's, you know, that's going to be a hard one to get. It's just for one person. 9 people will get 72,000 or 7,200 tier 2 alpha fragments, 2 tier 4 class catalyst crystals, 2,000 5-star shards, 5 5-star generic signature stones, 5 5-star signature stone crystals, 1 4-star generic awakening gem. So I mean, that's not too shabby to place there either. Top 1%, not really a lot different. The 4-star generic awakening gem. I know a lot of people are wanting generic awakening gems for 4 stars, so, and you can get that. Ooh, two 4-star awakening gem. Oh, it's because they're crystals. So you get 2 there for top 10%. You get 1 crystal for top 11 to 25%. Also, you get it for the 75%. So, as long as you place top 75%, you still have the possibility to awaken a 4-star. I know a lot of people have been saying that they want to do that, so. Don't leave me forget about the team bonus. The team that scores the most points will be given the following along with the above solo rank rewards. 10 4-star signature stone crystals, 5 5-star signature stone crystals, 100 4-star shards, and 100 5-star shards. This would be the place where like Reddit and other mediums would come in to benefit people so that you could actually coordinate, or line for that matter, if you're in a line group with other people. But you coordinate which group you're going to join. That way that everybody gets the same amount of extra rewards. That would be my opinion on it. This arena starts June 15th and runs until September 10th. So there you go, guys. That is a lot of fucking information to take in as far as I'm concerned. Lots of stuff going on. Like I said, I'll put the link to the Reddit post down in the description below if you guys want to read this a little bit more thoroughly. But that's Act 5 Beta Chapter 2 coming out on June 15th. So we've only got 13 days. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw, consider leaving a sub on it. And if you do, hit that bell notification button so you get notifications every single time I go live or post a video, or link in the description for Twitter. Give me a follow over there. Much more reliable source for information as far as videos going up and live streams as far as I'm concerned. That's going to be it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.